Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua. It's a very interesting fight. It is quite a interesting fight. Begs lots of questions. You know, people say his fights are always rigged and this and that. Hell no. Hell no. These fights ain't rigged, brother. These fights ain't rigged. There's just people who don't know boxing, don't understand the concept of how boxing fights works. That's just what people take away from this. To pimp a butterfly. At first I did love you, but I just wanna fuck late night thinking of you. Oh, long time no see. The MMA Uwu. Who are you? Who are you, MMA Uwu? Who I got? Who do I have? I mean, who do I have? I feel like there's one obvious answer. It needs to be Anthony Joshua. It has to be Anthony. If Anthony Joshua doesn't win, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to rethink everything. How the hell does Jake Paul win this? He's at the chest. Can he reach the There's this much distance. He has to go like this. When you ever Jake Paul went from training this uppercuts to overhands. That's all he can land. You're new to my channel? Okay, that's what's up, man. Welcome. Happy birthday, Ivar. It's your birthday. Nice, congratulations. Happy birthday to you. That sucks. To be honest, having a birthday this close to Christmas probably does suck because you'd think it, unless you have super rich parents, you know. But my birthday is fairly close to Christmas and people think it's double the gifts in a short amount of time. No. It's a little bit more gifts, but just spread out evenly, you know. New setup, N-word. No, yes, it is a new setup. This is, well, I had to move out the basement, guys. I had to move out the basement. I got kicked out the basement. So I have to go to my room here. You know, you got my bed in the back. I had to make my bed for y'all. You know, I'm really making my bed for y'all. Let me turn this light on. Maybe you can see me a little better. That might be better. Jake Paul is apparently 6'1". He doesn't look. That's something I noticed too. Jake Paul's listed at 6'1", and Anthony Joshua's listed at 6'6". Apparently, there's a 5-inch discrepancy between the two fighters. There is more. Jake Paul is at Anthony Joshua's chest. He's right here on it. If this is 5 inches, I am fucked. If this right here is 5 inches, I don't know what I'm going to tell my girl. I don't know. That's just sad because if that's 5 inches, I got one. I'm rocking a oneer. I'm rocking a little bit of a oneer. You know? So. Double the gifts for you? Damn, so you got rich parents. If it's double the gifts this close to Christmas, you got some wealthy parents. So congratulations for them. Dags just broke. What do you mean I'm broke? I'm not getting myself Christmas and birthday gifts. It's my parents. And it's not them being broke. It's just them wanting to spend their money how they want to spend their money. I don't blame them. I don't even need gifts at all. So, or it's family, or it's my Latina girlfriends. You typed into Google and then Google typed into Google that, what? I typed Google into Google and then Google into that Google, and now my feed have disappeared. You have entered the Google paradox, I guess. But your feet, you say? I don't believe you. Send me pictures. I'm kidding. I've seen AJ in person. He's definitely 6'6". Yeah, I believe Anthony Joshua was 6'6". I don't believe Jake Paul is 6'1". I think Jake Paul is 5'11". I think Jake Paul's 5'11". Because Logan Paul is 6'3", and Logan Paul is not just 2 inches taller. Like, I don't know. I think fighters lie about their height. When fights start in Europa, In Europe, I know in the UK, the walkouts start around 1:30 a.m. in the UK. So depending on where you are in Europe, it changes by hours or whatever. Jake Paul's legit. I'd say he's about as good as your average regional cruiserweight. Training for 7 years will do that. People keep downplaying the work he's put in. I think Jake Paul's good. I think Jake Paul is definitely good. I mean, to get where Jake Paul is, you have to be smart to get where Jake Paul is. You have to be hardworking. You have to be dedicated to get to where Jake Paul is, right? Yes, he's fighting older guys. Yes, he's fighting MMA guys. But at the end of the day, he was a kid who he did wrestling in high school, and now he's fighting fighters, which is at least, I did a video breakdown, and this is Jake Paul's 14th professional boxing fight. 14th professional boxing fight. He's fighting Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, in his 14th professional fight, was fighting an undefeated heavyweight fighter, but that undefeated heavyweight fighter, his entire record was comprised of bums. Absolute bums. Some of the records I saw were like 7-32, 7-22. I saw one, it was 19-48. Was some of the that's who Anthony Joshua's opponent was beating in his 14th fight. So Jake Paul, I mean, no professional boxer does this. You look at any professional boxer's record, it's completely padded. Jake Paul at least is fighting fighters who don't have padded records. Anderson Silva, Tyrone Woodley, Mike Perry, they don't have padded records. They're in MMA, but they're not padded at least. When the fights start, Jake Paul is short king. He's not short. 5'11" isn't short. Okay, that's actually quite tall in a world standard. Go to Asia. 5'11", you'll be fucking LeBron James. And if you're white, you'll be Johnny Sins. So. Anthony Joshua throws a whooping 1 combo and flatline Jake. Press 1 to agree. 1. No one's pressing 1, buddy. Nice one. Nate Robinson's not a boxer. I know he's not a boxer. That was one fight. Anthony Joshua, okay, at least Nate Robinson was athletic. Okay, I see the ones. Enough. At least Nate Robinson was athletic. I imagine if you go into Anthony Joshua's record and look at like his first fight, dude, he probably was fighting someone who wasn't even athletic, right? So at least gotta give him some credit there. He's fighting somebody who's athletic, professional athlete, at least, right? EU about 4 a.m. God damn. They'll get more money than the whole UFC fighters got in the last year. Yeah, but okay. It's a fucking super fight. This never happens. This is whether you like Jake Paul or not, this is a super fight. He's probably getting 50 mil, which is probably more than a lot of fighters in the UFC. But you look at, okay, the worst UFC fighter on the roster probably gets paid 12 and 12. On a boxing card, fighters get paid 1,000 and 1,000. At least it's consistent with the UFC, whereas boxers, they might not even get paid, right? So it's like shit on the UFC, shit on MMA all you want, but like just because the highest level, and the only reason Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua are getting paid so much is because Netflix is willing to lose money to get new subscribers because this is a long game for them. So don't think that Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua are bringing in more money than the entire UFC did in the last year. UFC got a $7.7 billion deal. So, you know what I mean? What time is walkout in Canada? 10:30 EST. I don't know where you are in Canada. A lot of casuals here. I see Joshua's going to straight flatline this bum. I think Anthony Joshua probably KOs him in the 3rd round. I think 3rd round is as far as it gets. Jake Paul's wearing red and yellow for this fight with AJ, but when Jake Paul fought Gibb for his first match, Gibb was also wearing red and yellow. Have the tables turned? What does that even mean? Have the tables turned? He's wearing shorts. He changed the colors. This isn't like he's, I don't know. What could that even mean? Dude, he changed the colors of his shorts, dude. Is this the end of Jake Paul? It's almost as bad as like astrology girls. Dude, Jake Paul's a Capricorn rising, dude. He's gonna flatline Joshua. This is the year of the chicken. You don't understand. One of those numerology guys. Jake took this fight to silence the haters. No one can say he's a fake fighter. There's legit pros who never fight AJ if given the opportunity. Jake's fighting an all-time fighter. Oh, 100%. Jake Paul's balls are fucking this big. This big. He's got big-ass balls. Big, juicy, hairy balls. You have to give it to him. Whether you like Jake Paul or not, you have to give him respect. Not a lot of people are going to be able to do this, what he's done. He truly believes in himself, and to be honest, he does look strong now physically. If he fights on the outside, frustrates Josh, he might be able to make it to round 2. Yeah, that's the best case scenario, is Jake Paul makes it to, like, I think best case scenario for Jake is he makes it to round 6. I think he can run away, but Jake Paul gasses out really badly. But I think, guys, tell me if you agree. Do you guys think Jake Paul is on just a fuck ton of, like, customized steroids? I think Jake Paul is probably going all out in like steroids and scientists and shit, because he could do that. I think he could do that. Tommy Fury is a bum and Jake lost to him. Tell me a bum Joshua lost to. Andy Ruiz. He's not a bum, but you know, it is what it is. But Anthony Joshua was fighting bums. Tommy Fury isn't, I wouldn't consider him a bum. He's not a bum. He wasn't a layup, right? I think he was around undefeated. Maybe he had 1 loss on his record, but Tommy Fury isn't a bum. He's just not a championship-level boxer. But he's not a bum. A bum is the fucking guys that Anthony Joshua was fighting early on in his career, the guys that Ryan Garcia were fighting. Look at Ryan Garcia said on stream, he used to pay his opponents to fight him. He used to go down to Mexico and pay his opponents $500 to boost his record. Like, this is boxing, bro. This is boxing. It's possible. Oh, hell no. Tommy Fury's the regional champ. Stop calling professional fighters bum unless you train and compete. Yeah, none of you guys understand what a fucking bum is. Unless you've been to a gym that's had, like, top-level comp, your opinions gets weighed. You can have an opinion, but it just gets weighed down significantly. Who's winning, Silva or Woodley? Silva. Silva will destroy Woodley. Silva's actually good. He beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., right? He beat Vitor Belfort, right? So he's been good. He's been looking good in boxing. Tyron Woodley, he's a fucking wrestler, bro. Have you been in the ring before? Like, do you really think Jake's going to win? Me? Have I ever been in a ring? I've never had a professional boxing fight. I've had some amateur fights before, but like, just for the fuck of it. But I've trained. Is this fight in the UK or the rich desert areas? It is in America. It's Netflix. It's not Saudi Arabian. Tommy Fury's a bum. Look what his opponent's record combined. Tommy's not a bum. That's fucking boxing, bro. That's boxing. Every boxer has a padded record until they get to, like, the highest level. That's boxing. Welcome. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but that's it. Jake's going to lose. It doesn't matter. AJ is a legit time heavyweight, 100%. It's brothers with no fights calling Jake a loser, 100%. Jake Paul fought an NBA player, retired MMA fighters, retired boxers. 58-year-old Mike Tyson. Only real competition was Tommy Fury, and he lost by AJ by Brutal. I mean, Jake Paul, how many times do I have to say? Jake Paul has had 14 professional boxing fights. Name a boxer on their 14th professional boxing fight, they were fighting good competition. And if you say so, I will look at his record and we could discuss it. Gib lost the first round. What's up, Kel? What's up? I have no fights and 1 to 2 people in here actually know boxing. Yeah. What time does the fight start? 11 Eastern time. Yeah. 3 a.m. UK. That's so tough. I feel bad for all the UK guys. Damn, you guys got it bad. But that's just because the UK is absolutely fucked. I think if the UK got rid of Chavs and Roadman, maybe we'd do it on a little bit more reasonable time. But until you guys get rid of Chavs, you need to get rid of Chavs, Roadman, Baked Beans, and Spuds. That's what you guys need to get rid of. That's what I think. Jake and Gibb was in Miami. Yeah. Andy Ruiz is not a bum. I know. He's not a bum. He's actually good. He has been fighting a lot. Hasn't been finding a lot of success lately. But he's lost a lot of weight. Andy Ruiz has lost a lot of weight. Bro, Ronnie Fury isn't even a bum. Ronnie Fury, is that the other brother? Doesn't matter, Joshua and all other steroids. You see what he did to Ngannou? Yeah, but I have a theory about the Ngannou-Joshua fight. I have a big theory. I don't know if you guys want me to talk about my theory for Ngannou versus Joshua, but I have a theory about that fight. I think boxing is the most corrupt sport. I think boxing is the most corrupt sport, and I think the second most corrupt sport is American football. For sure. In the UK, Tommy Fury would be arena level. Yeah, he's okay. He's not a bum. Tommy is not a bum, bro. What are you talking about? Press 1 if Jake Paul's opponents are bum and bum. Bro, what are you talking about? You don't know what a bum is. You don't know what a bum is. A bum is a guy with a losing record, a guy who's gets paid to lose. There's not many bums. People call Derek Chisora a bum and Daniel Dubois a bum. It's like, dude, these guys are fighting at the highest level. You know, people call Rolly Romero a bum. Rolly Romero isn't a bum. Even when Rolly Romero lost to like that 50-year-old Cuban guy, people were beat the 50-year-old Cuban guy or whatever. People said Rolly Romero was a bum. There's levels to boxing. You know, there's champions, high level, journeyman, I would say, bums, people who get paid to lose. I think those are the categories. Can Jake go the distance if there's any chance in hell he loses in a decision? If the Anthony Joshua that fought Daniel Dubois shows up for this fight, Jake Paul could win. The Anthony Joshua that fought Daniel Dubois looked like a soulless body. No footwork, no head movement, no reaction time, nothing. Anthony Josh, it looked like somebody spiked Anthony Joshua's drink before he got into the ring with Daniel Dubois. He looked so dog shit. So dog shit. If that version of Anthony Joshua shows up to fight Jake Paul has a chance of winning. I truly believe this. But if any version of Anthony Joshua shows up, even the Anthony Joshua that lost to Andy Ruiz in that first fight, if that version of Anthony Joshua shows up, he pieces up Jake Paul. Even because he's so deceptive. Anthony Joshua's so deceptive. He throws a jab. It looks like a slow jab, right? But then he can decide slow jab, pop, you know? Or uppercut, like just a boom, you know? Slow jab, slow two. And then all of a sudden, boom. He's so deceptive. He's so crazy deceptive. He makes you think, okay, I got it. I got his timing. I got his speed. I got the reads I want, right? And then he'll just hit you with like a pull up overhand. And you're just like, what the fuck happened? Like what he did to Francis Ngannou. He kind of lured Francis Ngannou to like this false sense of security. People are jealous of Jake Paul. If he sucks, go beat up the guys he fought. Yeah. Spuds and beans taste good though. Hey, bruv, I want a spud. Bruv, a spud with I want baked beans, I want cheese, and I want chili. I want chili and beans on my spud, please. Sure, can I have some chili and beans on my spud, please? Yeah. Nah, that shit looks absolutely disgusting. It looks absolutely disgusting. Ban spuds. That's just a fucking war crime. Zero boxing fans in here, just chronically online Jake haters and Mike Tyson glazers. Dude, anybody that ever talks to me about fighting always talk about Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. And anybody who ever says that fight was fixed, I immediately know they have no IQ when it comes to boxing. You look like Trax NYC. No, I don't think I look like Trax. Oy vey, I'm not Trax. You're right, boxers fight low-level comp on their 14th fight, but at least they're active boxers, not retired 58-year-old washed-up MMA fighters and washed-up MMA players and a basketball NBA player. Julio Cesar Chavez wasn't that old. You know? I think it's harder to fight Anderson Silva than the guy who boxers are fighting in their 10th professional fight. Anderson Silva, Nate Diaz are harder. Andre August. What about Andre August? Huh? He was a boxer, fairly young. What about the other guy, Jake Paul? Jake Paul did better against boxers than he did against MMA fighters. That should tell you something. You got a pointy nose, brother? Oy vey. I'll bring my yarmulke on stream next time. Oy vey. How was your guys' Hanukkah? Great Hanukkah, guys? Since when was Hanukkah? Dude, nobody ever talked about fucking Hanukkah for the past 22 years of my life. Why is Hanukkah such a big fucking thing now? I swear to God, it was only ever Christmas. Christmas this. How come I'm seeing so much Hanukkah? What the fuck? Did Crawford retire? Yeah. I don't know. You need some boxing knowledge. Never mind talking people what they to do. Autism? Baked beans are older than U.S. history? Okay. I don't give a fuck about the U.S., bro. I'm not from the U.S. I'm from Canada. Tabernacles esti, bro. Jake Paul va être mourir aujourd'hui. The problem child is about to catch a body tonight. You not for real. If by catch a body you mean his security steps in and shoots AJ, then yes, he might catch a body for sure. Are you doing a post-fight conference? I will be back to call everybody slurping Jake's meat a bum. Nobody in here thinks that Jake Paul wins. Maybe one out of 80 Jake Paul wins. But like, come on. Sorry, I meant to say check him out, not check him oil. My bad. Oil check him? I work tonight, so I'll probably be back. I work tonight and I work tomorrow morning. I'm closing tonight, opening tomorrow morning, so it sucks. It sucks really bad, so we'll see. I just want to watch the fight. So that's all I'm hoping right now. AJ could smoke and drink for 12 months and still beat Jake. There's levels to boxing, bro. I've been training for 3 years. Ask me. Oh, 3 years. Golden gloves. Bruv, I'm a fucking Golden Gloves champion, bruv. I know boxing more than you. AJ could smoke and drink for 12 months. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. But there's no... The Anthony Joshua that fought Daniel Dubois looked absolute dog shit. And Jake Paul could beat that version of Anthony Joshua. But I don't think that's the real version of Anthony Joshua. I think that was like a one-off. That's not the rule. That's the exception. Fire. That's a bar. Bro, no one is glazing Tyson after that, bro. Even biggest Tyson fans, y'all just coping that Jake about to get flatlined. Who is coping? We are in agreement. Me and you, in agreement. Jake Paul will get KO'd by Anthony Joshua within 3 rounds. Like, what else do you want me to say? I fucking agree with you. But you're the guy calling all these fighters bums and literally you're choking on boxing's cock is what it is. You're choking on boxing's cock. Like, boxing isn't like, oh, fucking boxing, the sport. It's chess. It's checkers. While also it's fighting. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. For the most part, boxing is boring as fuck. Y'all remember when Shakur Stevenson fought a welder and and they went to like the 8th round? Are we forgetting? Are we forgetting? Shakur Stevenson went to like the 8th round with a fucking welder? Are we serious? We cannot be for real. We cannot be for real. Shakur Stevenson started training boxing at 3 years old. Went to the 8th round with a fucking welder. You know what I mean? A construction worker, a fucking plumber. Like, are we messing about? Are we trying to pretend like, oh, you have to be boxing for 15 plus years in order to compete at the highest level? Maybe. But Jake Paul's doing, he's been in it for a minute. Man, AJ's size and experience will outweigh all the positives for Jake, mark my words. Probably. Just do another state, little bro. You're just another state. Canada is not a state. I wouldn't mind if Canada joined the US, though. As a Canadian, I would like, although US has way too many people who visited Epstein's Islands. I'm going to say it. Y'all got everybody who David Blaine was at Epstein's Island. The Microsoft dude. Was it Bill Gates? One of the Microsoft dude was there. Holy shit, man. Outside of, but business-wise, US is way better. AJ gets scared very quickly. Jake is in his head. My money is on the problem child. I'm also so confident. It's basically insider trading. I think that's a high risk, high reward. So it is what it is. You're about to lose bread. Fate zero, correct. Fate zero, correct? Nah, probably not, to be honest. Look up Eggstein. It won't disappoint. Nah, I'm good, bro. Is that because Epstein's wee was shaped like an egg? Something like that? What is Jake Paul's best win in your opinion? Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Anderson Silva. I'd say Anderson Silva, because Anderson Silva beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. You know? The Epstein hate is so forced. All right. No, it's not forced. It's not forced. I think it's rightly deserved. You just took all my wives and kids' savings and put it all in Jake Paul. This is an opportunity for generational wealth. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely a opportunity for generational wealth. Little guys from Canada. Bro, are we forgetting? One of the best pound-for-pound boxers is Canadian. Beterbiev, a Montreal Demon. Are we forgetting? One of the best middleweights on the roster is Canadian. Marc-Andre Barriot. Are we forgetting this? Best MMA fighter of all time, Georges St-Pierre. Canadian. You know? Dude, we own shit. We own shit. Isn't the girl in the co-main? Is the girl in the co-main? I think she's Canadian. Dude, we run women's fighting. We run shit. We got masculine women over here. And you guys are jealous. What's Jake Paul's worst win? Worst win? Ooh. Jake Paul's worst win? Probably the white guy he fought after he beat Andre August. I forget his name. Let me search it up. Ryan Bouland. He was 17-2. But against a bunch of nobodies, so it's like, who the fuck is Ryan Bouland? But those are the same guys every other boxer was fighting. Ben Askren? No. Because everybody knows how dog shit Ben Askren is. Everybody knows. But like a Ryan Bouland, nobody knows. Nobody pays attention. It's just like a, it's just like a random dude. And everyone involved belongs in prison with okay. All right, wrap it up, Unk. Nice. What do Canadians even do? We own Pornhub. Hello. Don't you know the owners of Pornhub are Canadian? They're based out of Montreal, I believe. I believe it was a Canadian in boxing. Oh. In boxing, what did Canadian do? A Canadian rabbi owns Pornhub. Don't forget. Hey. Yes, a rabbi owns Pornhub, but don't forget the Canadian part, because that's what really matters. Also, Canada is like the second biggest spender on OF for countries. Not looking too good, to be honest. Not looking too good. Canadians in boxing, bro, better BF. What are you talking about? We got better BF. Better BF is freaking Canadian. Yes, he's of Russian ethnicity, but Canada's a melting pot, and we claim better BF. The guy who lost his belt to Bivol in his last fight. But we will win that rematch at 41 years old. That's enough, Unk. You're in your 20s. What do you mean that's enough, Unk? Enough of what? Unk is in his 20s. I'm in my... Don't say 20s. Early 20s. I'm 22. Enough talking? No. Maybe I will stop talking. I do have to go to work soon. I'll go another 15er. We'll go another 15er to discuss some things. But I do got work later on today. But this is a good fight. This is a great fight. Then we got Andrew Tate versus Chase Demore later on. We know you don't work, bro. I'm joking, bro. All love. Okay. Did I miss the fucking punchline? A joke is supposed to be funny and have a punchline. You achieved a total of 0 of those things. So I work, bro. I work. I got a job, okay? Or the J word, as some of you guys like to say, because I can't say the J word. Prelims start at prelims for the Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua fight are starting at 5:45. That's dope. Better BF came to my country and fought Anthony Yarde in Wembley Arena. Good fight as well. Anthony Yarde. Why does that name sound so familiar? Okay, yeah, okay. He lost to David Benavidez. Yeah, I saw that fight. I was thinking, where do I remember seeing him fight? It was David Benavidez. David Benavidez is fucking nasty, bro. He cuts a lot of weight. He looks bad on the scales, but he is a fucking monster in the ring. He is deadly in the ring. He's crazy. But all the difference aside, if Jake Paul lands a big lucky shot, he could win a decision after he clusters Joshua, but I could see Jake getting humbled bad. Dude, the problem is Jake is not safe at any range. If Jake Paul tries to fight Joshua at long range, he could get outdistanced. If Jake Paul tries to fight at mid-range, he's gonna get tagged. And even if Jake Paul tries to fight in close range and clinch with Joshua, Joshua's great uppercuts and great hooks, like just tight hooks, just boom, boom, boom. He's really good at that. So Jake Paul at every distance is fucked. Is that a car seat you're sitting in? It is a racing chair. Because I love racing. I love racing. My favorite race is Brazilian women. Little bro was born in 2003. Okay, how you call me little bro and Unk in the same sentence? Make your mind up, bruh. Real fighting, but I love good boxing scrap. MMA's better than boxing every way. It's not about the sport. It's not about the sport. Boxing and MMA, I don't think are better than each other. I don't think they're better than each other. I think that it is the fighters who make the fight. If you can have an MMA fight that's boring as shit. You can have a boxing fight that's boring as shit. The problem is right now is boxing. The fighters rather win a boring decision and do nothing and move and do nothing than have an exciting fight. Where in MMA, guys are willing to dig deep a lot more often and put it on the line. right? But if boxers came out like they did in the old days, like what's his name? Oh my gosh. Like you look at any of the old boxing fights. Sugar Ray Leonard. No. What's that guy? Oh my gosh, how am I forgetting? Oh my gosh. It's like Hag, no. Half, no. It starts with an H. You like it because it's more violent? Bro, watch old boxing fights. Watch Roberto Duran. Watch any of those old boxing fights. Hagler, yeah. Marvin Hagler, dude. Watch Marvin Hagler fights. Dude, thank you. Watch Marvin Hagler fights. He's fucking dope as shit. He's fucking dope as shit. Yeah. Yeah, Tommy Hearns, bro. Tommy Hearns. He's another guy who's like he was dope as shit. He was dope as shit. Rocky Marciano. I never really watched Rocky Marciano fights. I think I've seen some highlights here and there and like some documentaries and shit, but like dude, watching those old fights, they were absolutely in frickin' sane. You know? But boxers today are all about finesse. Finesse. Oh, left, right, jab, two, two. And even like Canelo versus that one black guy, where that black guy was just running around the octagon the whole time because he was getting paid so much money. He didn't care if he win or lost. He just wanted to come out with a healthy head and a buttload of cash. So AJ jab can take Jake off him? Probably. I think AJ could absolutely flatline Daniel Dubois if they got a rematch. To be honest, I think that AJ who got slept was just a bad day, not the real AJ. Also, coaches gave horrible advice. 100%. 1,000,000%. The AJ versus Daniel Dubois fight was, I think, Anthony Joshua's worst fight of his entire career. Even when he made his debut, he's better than the Daniel Dubois. He looked like Sleepy Joe Biden. He looked like Sleepy Joe Biden in the ring. It was absolute dog shit. And I think that was a one-off. But if the Joshua that fought Daniel Dubois pulled up to fight Jake Paul could win. Jake Paul could win, for sure. A lot more tough motherfuckers in MMA, truthfully. That's why I say it's better. Yeah, I mean, the thing about boxing is you don't give a fuck about the prelims. You don't give a fuck about the first fight on the card. You don't. MMA, the first fight on a card could be one of the best fights where you could see guys who are future champions. On boxing cards, it's just a bunch of promoters putting their guys on against some random dude. Some layup, some ding dong. You're physically little but old in age. Okay. I don't know some of those guys. Hacksaw Jim. I don't know who that is. I just know some of the bigger names. You're bringing up wrestlers, bro. You're bringing up WWE wrestlers. What the fuck? Who gives a fuck about WWE, bro? I cared about WWE when I was like 10. That shit's dead. It's so fake nowadays. It's so fake. And they're not even trying to hide it either. WWE was only good when you didn't know it was fake. William, I don't know who that is. What's up, Squancho? How you doing, brother? Jake Paul gonna show lighter man skill. People act like they didn't see Canelo Crawford just to... Okay. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua is not even close to Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. They're not even the same. Canelo, past his prime, backed into a corner, and Crawford, old as fuck, but still in his prime, just reaching the peak of his career, and a legitimate threat. Crawford schooled Canelo. Prime Canelo gives him a run for his money. But yeah, Crawford probably is the best boxer. Pound for pound, I think Crawford's the best boxer there is right now. I think Crawford's freaking phenomenal. And you even look at interviews of guys who talk about Crawford, they're like, bro, this guy was a demon from day one. Even before he made his professional debut, Crawford was a demon. He would just pull up, get flown out by championship boxers, and he would just whoop their ass. And he just had like no professional boxing fights yet. You know, he'd whoop ass on pro fighters. Yeah, but if they rematch, Canelo takes a nap. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Yeah, William Skull. Cuban. The black guy who I'm talking about, who ran away from Canelo. Yeah, fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck the entire boxing card with Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero, Devin Haney. I hated that card. Outside in New York City, that was such a shit card. That was a dog shit boxing card. Holy, that made me want to sleep, to be honest. And how did Rolly Romero beat Ryan Garcia? What the hell? It made me realize Ryan Garcia was probably on steroids against Devin Haney. You know? But then at the same time, why did Ryan Garcia have to fight Tank Davis with the weight class? That's bullshit, I think. Usyk Wilder or Chisora Wilder? What do you prefer to see? Probably Usyk Wilder. Just because I could be like, that's an intriguing fight. Because it would be crazy if out of all the guys to beat Alexander Usyk, Deontay Wilder would be the guy to do it. That would be insane. That would be insane. I think he gets schooled. I think Deontay Wilder just got a win. A couple weeks ago or something? It was a TKO stoppage. Pretty. It wasn't a great stoppage, but it was against some bum, so it is what it is. But I think he won not too long ago. When was this? 06-27? 06-27? 06-27? What the fuck? That was a long ass time ago. I thought that was recently. I'm geeking. But he also fought a bum, so yeah. But he's pretty shit. I think he gets fucked. Pac-Man is the GOAT. I don't know. It's weird how once they started, testing him for steroids, you really start to slow down. Manny Pacquiao. How many weight classes did he go up? I think, 7 weight classes? Something like that. Manny still kicks ass. I heard wasn't he supposed to fight like Mike Tyson or something? Isn't Floyd Mayweather fighting Mike Tyson? Nobody's hating on Floyd Mayweather for trying to fight Mike Tyson. I hope Floyd Mayweather gets knocked the fuck out. I want to see Floyd Mayweather get knocked the fuck out. I cannot stand him. I think Floyd Mayweather has fucking Epstein connections, bro. That's somebody I'm betting my money on. While there's 0 chance to beat Usyk, oh yeah, he probably gets KO'd by Usyk. Roberto Duran was a GOAT. Yeah, I think so. Have you been to any boxing events? No. I've been to a casino while they've had a boxing event on, but I've never been to a boxing event. But they have them kind of near me. Not anything crazy. I mean, I'm in Canada. It's not like there's events going on left and right. They'll have like some here and there, and like here Toronto or out in Montreal or whatever, right? So, why don't you like Mayweather? Genuine question. I just think. I think he's Let me think. Floyd Mayweather. I think he has no morals. I think he's shown who he is, and he's somebody who's willing to do whatever it takes to get money, even if that means, you know, not doing the right thing. You know, he's a guy who likes to set up narratives to always fit himself, and he lies. I think he lies or tries to tell stories in a way that only benefit him. And he tries to take other people down. No, it's because he's got dark skin. No. I would never say that. No, I'm kidding. Nah, just Floyd Mayweather's a fucking. He's hardworking. He's smart. He's dedicated. He's this and that. But I just sometimes it's not fun to see someone ride off into the sunset. Remember when Jake Paul took Mayweather's hat? Yes, I do. And then he got ran down by Mayweather's team. And then I'm pretty sure Floyd Mayweather's team saw Jake Paul in the street and they tried to jump him. I'm pretty sure that's true. Jake Paul, Floyd Mayweather jumped. Yeah, true.
What's going on?
What's up, Floyd?
So it's Jake Paul,
What
Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather's 20 bodyguards versus one Jake Paul.
Who you supposed to be? I'm just working, man.
Look, they're trying to press up on Jake Paul.
You're not tough anymore since your loss?
Oh, you're not tough anymore since your loss? Floyd Mayweather is with 20 dudes, and these guys are trying to press Jake Paul.
What happened since your loss? Yo, we gonna bust him up, guys?
We're gonna bust him up, guys? This fucking bitch with a camera. Fuck him. Fuck him.
I told you before, put that
Yo, let's bust him up. Where you running, Jake?
Let's bust him up. There's 20 of them versus one Jake Paul and one of Jake Paul's security.
Since you lost? What's up, Jake?
Look at him.
Jake? Oh, he's running! He's running! Look at him!
Look how many dudes Floyd Mayweather has. Fuck Floyd Mayweather. Fuck Floyd Mayweather. Tries to jump Jake with 40 dudes. Like that. If that doesn't scream bitch, I don't know what does. That's such a lame ass thing to do, I think. I think it's such a pussy thing to do. Such a stupid thing to do, bro. I think that happened shortly. Yeah, it was, yeah. Why doesn't Floyd need 20 bodyguards? Why doesn't he? Yeah, it's because he's, a little lekas rat. Mayweather needs bodyguards to drop his kids off at school. Yeah, that's true. I know. I think Floyd Mayweather is like I don't know. It's like you want to call Floyd Mayweather a wannabe tough guy, but he steps in the ring but I just think, I don't know, something about Floyd Mayweather. I think he's compromised his morals and shit. I don't like him. Does whatever he can for money. No morals. He's just a straight up. Wherever the money is, he goes. But that's some people. Couldn't be me. Why does? Oh yeah. Couldn't be me, brother. Recall. Hey, brother. My brother. Let me tell you something. My brother. Hey, bro. Let me tell you something. I will KO Jake Paul. I'll KO Jake Paul 2 rounds. I will do this. I think I can do this. Yeah. You see, bro. Yo, what's up, bro? Yeah. You massive puss, bro. Oh, say, can you see Live fighting? Not yet. Not for another. Fights don't start. Prelims start in 30 minutes. Prelims start in 30 minutes, and then Jake Paul Joshua is around 10:30, 11 o'clock. Was that an Indian accent? No. What the hell, bro? That was not a Vatin Indian accent, bro. It was a South African. Bro, let's go down to South Africa. They have hippos. Got to be careful. They eat you. Hippos down in South Africa, lions. They'll eat you, bro. Yeah, my name is William Duplessis. Welcome to South Africa. Mayweather bodyguards are 7 feet tall. Yeah, I know. They're 7 feet tall, 6 foot wide. They're a bunch of fat, fucking tall dudes who probably had weapons on them, and they're trying to jump Jake Paul. I mean, come on. You can't be a tough guy and roll around like that. Come on. Go to work, bro. You losing it? Yeah, I know. I need to go to work. It's 4:19. 10 minutes to get changed. I should dip. Alright, I'm dipping. I gotta go to work. I'm thinking I'm just gonna watch the fights on my own, because I gotta go to bed right after that. To wake up early as fuck in the morning. That's fine. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Mayweather 5'7", that's why you need bodyguard. I know, but it's Jake Paul. You don't need a bodyguard for fucking Jake Paul. Unless you think he's gonna beat your ass. Peace out. Be safe. Thank you. You subbed. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Alright, peace, boys. Thank y'all for being here. It has been your boy, Dagger May. Rewatch my most recent video. Comment on my most recent video. It's about Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments of that video. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. It's been your boy. Peace. Dagger May out. Deuces.